Kentucky's Andru Phillips is one of my favorite types of corners because when I
Yes.
originally watched his tape, I saw somebody who was wickedly fast, but he was a 5'10 corner that plays in a hunch. So
Yes.
he has almost an effective height of, say, 5'7. And I couldn't help but find myself thinking, okay, I don't like doing this, but as a height, weight, speed fan, I have to dock him, make him a nickel corner until I went to Mobile. And let me tell you what, Nick, Andru Phillips came with a point to prove. And there's something that really matters to me when I can especially see a DB because these environments are not kind to DBs in the slightest.
Mhm.
Go up against Johnny Wilson, stone him. Go up against Lad McConkey, compete. Go up against Xavier Leggett, give him problems.
Right.
Drew Phillips on I think it was the American roster, the
Mhm.
second practices was an issue for a
Yeah.
lot of these receivers. And that just, you want to woo me with your
Yeah.
competitiveness. Cause that's the kind of thing, like, I know that this sounds so silly. We all know this. It's just a fact of the draft that there are some of these players that love what football does for them. And there are
Mhm.
some of these players that love football. And Drew Phillips in that Senior Bowl week, and when you go back and you watch him fight and scrape in the run game,
Yeah.
despite him not being a big guy, man, that's the kind of guy you go, if he's there in the fourth, if he's there in the fifth,
Yeah.
we're going to get a sweet special teamer. Like, I'm not worried about his contributions on special teams.
Right.
We might just have ourselves a corner while we're
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, he was one of the first guys I scouted, and when I was, it was early on, no one else had talked about him, and I was reading scouting reports just to get familiarize myself with him, and they're saying 6th or 7th round, and I'm watching him against UJ, and I'm like, there's no way this guy lasts until he's going man to man with Brock Bowers, and he's beating him. Like, there's no way. What am I missing? And I put it out to Q, and I'm like, this Drew Phillips, I think he's going to be good. And I've never scouted cornerbacks before. This is the first time and I'm like, am I missing something here? Like I'm told to trust my eyes. And what am I missing? And my favorite story from the Senior Bowl is someone tweeted that there was a guy that was violently hitting the things that the offensive linemen hit when they're doing
Mhm,
that
mhm.
drill. And the coaches at the run would be like, dude, chill. And it was Drew Phillips. He was over there just bashing them and turning them over. And it's just, you see that on tape though. Some guys you think they're just turning it on for the game and then they go and they turn it off and it's just a charade. And for him, that's just, I think, who he is. And yeah, he was one of my favorite players I scouted. And now he's kind of getting that buzz that, now he's climbing up draft boards, and rightfully so. But yeah, he is a guy that I really enjoyed watching, and I think he's going to be a really good corner because he does play bigger than he is, and he's a tenacious cornerback.